Okay, it's a little bit awkward, but I already have 15 minutes of footage. This is magical alone. Just like sometimes you need to notice magic of like you presented some interesting topics to talk about. Of like, yeah, I know people's clinginess. I know how some solutions feel perfect, and I have no idea what the fuck to expect from this video. This is some good clickbait, but at the same time, I hope Lunchly gets the same fate. You know, it's like I don't want YouTubers to just grab onto more power, more success, just because they have skibbity face. Like, what's going on? Can we stop that? It should be dead by now. Some designs are already perfect. Wow. The only answer I don't have is this. This one doesn't really come with a question. But the idea that some problems are already solved. You might just not know the solution. Welcome to Max Stats episodes about magic happening. By the way, this is completely random. See, the question becomes, oh, it's the end of lunch. I need magic to fix OBS. One thing that did fix a little bit is the fact that I can even watch my videos in the first place, because if I format it in the wrong way, it starts loading for a long time, and it's like, it's unwatchable. Yeah, so MP4 format is way better. At some point, it was, in fact, magic to me. It fixed a new problem that I caused unto myself. Thinking that I will never be able to look back into my old videos without uploading to YouTube, of course, because that sort of helps. What a wonderful time for Lunchly to show up when it's the end of that product. Does that make any sense? That's the biggest clickbait of all time when something doesn't make sense. Because Warcraft not dying does make sense. People are that stupid. And very clingy, basically. I am kind of clingy myself sometimes. Hearthstone isn't dead, even though it's dead. Right? People still play the game. It's dead, though. There's no problem with Warcraft finding players, but are they achieving anything? Are they having fun? That is the real. They're probably just ghosts of their former shell selves and are just roaming Warcraft just because there's other people in there, you know? Just because of nostalgia. There's a lot of clingy reasons. And the worst one of all is thinking that you invested into something and now you want your money back. Question, right? Like, people don't actually ask questions sometimes that matter. Because this don't matter. Like, you got the wrong answer, basically. To me, Minecraft is dead. It wasn't dead for April Fools, you know? Which was the funniest thing. For April Fools, Minecraft was not dead. It actually offered you something to do. Wow. It's 2025. I was compelled to do it, and I even wanted YouTubers to, like, join in and come back to life to do that thing. Otherwise, it's trash. Alright? Minecraft has nothing to offer. Maybe play something else. Yeah, it was fun for a week that Microsoft decided to, you know, use the IP for. This episode, inspired by white vinegar. Yeah, this thing. Why? Oh, you probably never used it. I don't know why my mom has this like magical spell in the drawer, basically, right? What is this? What is this supposed to do? Well, AI told me what I can use this for. I would otherwise never figure out that, you know, this is acidic, and you put acid where you want to clean things. Wow, who would have thought, guys? However, I thought I would like, no, let's just use soap and salt and like, it's gonna be fine. Right? It wasn't fine. It was the worst thing ever. Without vinegar, without just a little bit of a magic, I was dying inside. By the way, I will need to program a Google image search because, whoa, we don't want sexualized. It comes with bodies, and I don't like that. So I clean my underwear with my bare hands. It comes with crotches. How useful is that? Oh yes, that's where people use underwear. I'm glad they are using it right now. Fuck the washing machine. I'm not using it. It's just annoying for me. Washing machine is actually more work than washing with your hands, which is a physical activity, so it's exercise. Congratulations. That makes it easier. Alright? I didn't thought it's gonna come to this, but and yes, this kind of applies to more clothes than just underwear, but underwear is where things get messy. They get stinky. Stinky as fuck. They soak up all my liquids, alright? Every single one. Even weird liquids that still come out when after you take a dump. It's like, what is that? Why is my ass wet? Yes. Have you ever asked this question? Anyways, how do you get rid of the smell? I asked AI and it's like, bam. And you know what? I've been hand washing, but the smell just keeps stacking. they just keep getting worse, right? No matter how much I wash, it's not getting better. There was one missing ingredient. The moment I poured just a little bit of vinegar, bam, slam, magic happened, no more stinky. Literally evaporated from existence. I was suffering, bro. I was suffering. I had to switch my underwear every fucking day, and I was still suffering. You know? I was able to smell it from now on, and it's like, that doesn't happen to me. My underwear does not attack me. You know, I didn't used to switch underwear for like a week. Now I do it a week for hygiene, but like, yeah. The moment I took something into my hands, I needed a little bit of magic to set me free, otherwise I was in trouble. In a social environment, I would... It's still mind-blowing to me that that was the magic trick. Water doesn't work without this added into it. Just like sometimes games are not fun until you add something into it. Something's missing. And if you're doing something when something is missing, you're not doing it correctly. Magic is that missing ingredient. Even like spice on your food is a missing ingredient. Imagine if you are missing one ingredient from achieving success. That would be like the most devastating thing. I'd be in a lot of trouble, but luckily I am a man. I just need a man cave, and I need some man cave activity that keeps me in the man cave, right, instead of fighting. Yes, I would be in a lot of trouble if socially I'm a stinky person, right? If I don't use the vinegar on my clothes, and they just keep stanking stench, all of a sudden people notice me in a bad way, and I can't socialize with them anymore. That's the problem. It's a little bit different when they do notice, and I want to socialize just because of that, but whatever. Because I can teach them a lesson that's... it's not shower that's the magic trick. Don't worry about fucking asking me to take a shower. That's like the dumbest thing that I fucking hear. This is the thing that I was missing. See, when people are fucking bullying you basically into taking a shower, which is completely meaningless, what about that? What about that, though? Instead of taking a shower, like, you can always ask people to wash their armpits. Stench comes from, like, very specific places, doesn't it? So, you have to be very specific when it comes to, like, these social interactions, otherwise it's actually an insult. Like, I receive them, and I'm the bad guy, but you're not giving me the exact instructions, so what's going on, right? I'll actually release a video about insecurities. And I think, like, other people are more insecure than, you know, like, they don't have good solutions. They don't have good social interactive skills. Maybe you're exempt from this in your culture, but mine is horrible. Some noobs, basically. It's horrible. So yeah, vinegar inspired this episode, but we can use any material as long as we find magic in the world. That suddenly changes your life. Oh, what's that? Vinegar still does more things? Oh my god. Vinegar is actually the most magical fucking liquid of all time for me. Let's keep going. There's one more thing vinegar can do, and potentially even more things that we don't know about. So let's ask AI, what kind of things can this liquid can do? Because I've already found two. It must be magic. It must be that one thing that people forget to use, basically. It's pure magic. You've only scratched the surface of your magical spell. So yeah, descaling kettles. Basically, if you don't do this, say goodbye to your kettle, because it's gonna break. Some of them will never start ever again, just like at some random... Thank you, kettle, for fucking... revealing too much information, but okay, whatever. They just will stop working. Ugh, right? Like, okay, it just cost $25, but it's still a nuisance. You can't just keep changing your kettle every 2 years. Something has to change. You have to solve the problem. You have to do the magic trick. Add vinegar, clean the shit that accumulates. Because water doesn't do it. You know, you always think to yourself, like, water is just gonna clean everything up. No problem. You attribute way too many things to water or something else, right? Like, no. But no, the gunk, the stupid shit, the scales or whatever, they keep stacking. Even though there's literally water boiling. Water's not cleaning. Water does not clean that. And something is still stacking, and it's like, wow. If you saw magic happen once, maybe you can apply it to other things, but I didn't I didn't come to the conclusion myself. I asked AI because I was desperate of like, my underwear is still stinky, what do I do? Salt has worked like 2 times, like initially. I put salt and it's like, yeah, it's better now. Alright, cool. I thought it was gonna be enough, but it wasn't enough. It's still gotten way worse. Way out of hand. Water's not good enough. But then magic tricks, bam, slam, magic in there to make it work. You guys, you literally being introduced into fucking Hogwarts right now. I don't know. We're not using magic wands here, but we're using magic water. Wait, they say in it in the end, like, isn't water tasty? I think it's English. But water tasty in it is not something you want to hear because you know it comes with bad politics. All right, so at some point, you know, world record happens and no one breaks it. That's just how it goes. It goes with inventions the same exact way. You can, in fact, find a perfect solution to things, and people have to give up. Just like world record is also a problem that can get a perfect solution. Perfect body achieving perfect skill level, basically. No one else can replicate it anymore. And not enough people try anymore. Not enough people care anymore to solve the problem. That's the solution here. I love this one, though. This one speaks volumes. Beyond what any of these two can do. Now, for me, it's still clickbait. Paperclip? Really? That's the best you got? I don't use paper clips. I don't use paper. Paper has died. Sorry. It shows actually the darkest secrets of humans and the clinginess to things and just wrong decisions. You don't want to be stuck a gamer. There's another magic that's just happening in my head. It's one Tinder profile I looked at. It's almost like some girl just like, all right, let's make that switch. I have in the back of my mind that women make that switch of like, okay, let's pursue men now. They kind of retract themselves for a certain amount of time, and they fucking bitch around. They do all kinds of fucking drama. But women, yeah, they make it look that women are unobtainable until they are in fact obtainable. Now, some women are just completely broken. They don't switch because they don't give a fuck. Because they keep demanding more and more from their man or whatever. They don't switch. But there's still a switch. And even those women who create drama and pretend to be better than anyone they have ever met and they want the best person and they deserve it, basically. Even those women, they will still collapse. You know, they will still be proven wrong. They will still be humbled, basically, and they will make that switch. So those magic moments is technically discovery and insight moments. They can be life-changing. Just again, awareness is all you need for self-improvement. You just keep doing things that build awareness. You try to be curious. Try to confirm a belief. The fact that women have to humble themselves and make a switch and find a partner is seems completely normal to me. But at the same time, it's supposed to alleviate a lot of confusion. Of like, yeah, people are dating, people are finding partners, but you can't find anyone. Why is that? First of all, I'm not searching. But women are also not searching. So it all checks out, basically. You know, we're putting as much efforts into each other as the other party. Equal efforts, no dating is happening, no one's talking to each other. I'll take it. It's privacy. The most valuable thing in capitalism, private property, privacy of doing whatever the fuck I want in my man cave. I'll take it, guys. Masturbating to whoever I want to, that I have to be bold about it. So you can understand what privacy means. Alone time is the best time for self-improvement. You must understand how valuable privacy is, okay? So the moment women do make that switch and start nagging you and start wasting your fucking time, I mean, you have to take it. It's a gift. It's free. Hopefully, it's pretty cheap. You will take it, but until that happens, doesn't matter. You just keep growing. Impress as many people as you can when you come out of your man cave, basically, because that's what women gonna do. They're gonna take pictures of you and post everywhere of like, wow, I found a Bigfoot. Haha, crazy. So, yeah, switch happens. Just like women get employed into a new job, or you get employed into a new job. It's a vortex, it's a life changing event. And this stuff exists. In fact, kind of women make the first move because they do the social stuff. You have to do the breakthroughs. You're potentially not going to make a breakthrough until you discover something really big. So I've done that, but it's not magic, okay? It's not magic that we can talk about the engine thing, but sure, it happens. Cool. See, the magic is not happening to me. It's gonna happen to other people. I will perform the magic trick to others, enlightening them that there is a better way of rendering graphics. They will have the moment. Well, I had to work my ass off to get this breakthrough, basically. It's different. It's different for me. But for you, it's going to be magic. If you want to do 3D rendering in any way whatsoever. Whether you build models in fucking Blender or whatever, like, whatever the fuck you're doing, it's going to be different now, right? You get bored and it's like, well, I can easily get a man, and they just grab one, basically. They can do it quite easily, right? There's always going to be a desperate man. It's just they might not like it. But I mean, even if they make the switch, they still have to figure out what are they aiming for. Because they can always grab an easy target, but it's not going to be good quality, right? For me personally, I just have to make women's life very difficult. Not on purpose, but like life is difficult. I just project life back onto them, reminding them that life is not a social bubble that they lived in for so long, have been nurtured basically, socially, but life is actually an incredibly complex system that will stun them to their knees if they're not learning fast enough. You gotta keep on learning. It's nasty. It's easily settle. They know the attention they get is semi-genuine, you can craft something out of it, and at some point you lose confidence that you can just keep playing the hard-to-get game and settle anyways, right, with something somehow. So don't worry, women get humbled first. You don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm not making a family, I'm not having enough children. Those are not worries. This doesn't mean anything. Women would like you to worry for them because they have to worry, but you don't have to. They're the ones constructing things. They're the ones creating life, basically. You just have to be ready to accept whatever the fuck they throw at you. You have to deflect that. You have to survive it. Because they want you to do all the work. These fuckers, even when they switch, they will still want a lot of things from you, you know? So, but do you know that? Do you know that this is confirmed information that I'm talking about? Because I've seen a profile of like, wow, this is very well crafted, very carefully crafted Tinder profile, saying, just listing all the good traits as if you were in a job interview, but you're not revealing your age. Suspicious. But the one that strikes me the most is like, she says, I play FPS games, and it's, whoa. To me, that's a red flag. To me, I don't like you, actually. Because if you discover a switch like that, then why shouldn't you just like slow things down? But of course, if a woman is not beautiful, they're not going to be confident. So they can't slow things down. They have to start pursuing men at some point earlier than pretty women. That's what makes them different. So just like vinegar, insights can also become... I didn't really explain the FPS thing, but I just genuinely repulsed by FPS. Like, you're shooting things, you're killing things. It's not really that deep. There's another type of FPS, which is multiplayer FPS, which is even worse. So just because you're a gamer girl, it doesn't mean that you're gonna get infinite praise for doing that, right? For already entering the men's world or announcing that you have been there the whole time. Because different genres mean different qualifications, different IQ levels. Don't worry about it. FPS is the bottom of the barrel for gaming world. And yes, pretty women, you can trust them. You can trust them to not make the switch prematurely just because they're desperate. I don't know when the switch happens. It's technically for women to decide. It haven't happened at 32 years old. I still haven't seen any switches. No one really pursues me from a distance, alright? Internet is still a safe space. So, 32-year-olds cannot crack the internet. Okay, I'm 30 actually. I'm way older. I'm trying to pose as way older, man, but nah. 30. 30 does not crack the internet. Alright? And internet is actually very difficult to crack, I notice. Like, based on just the feedback alone that I don't get anything. No one's interested in my videos. It just shows that you guys didn't crack it. You guys don't know how to use this thing. Or just social media stinks in general. The internet didn't crack itself because there's not enough people solving problems. Engagement is a problem that can be solved. You can find a perfect solution, and we just need more social media. I've actually seen like, I'm already speculating that I want to make social media potentially. Otherwise, I will be making YouTube into my design, right? So either I get power or I will have to force power. I've seen this upload, which is kind of interesting. You know, there's other social medias out there, other ideas floating around, but they're not succeeding. It will just take that magic trick, the magical, basically, solution. Maybe your IQ can generate it. And you might see it working, but it still will require a breakthrough in the end. You will still have to put it all together. So that's why ideas are different. Ideas kind of work already in your head. The idea works in your head. It just feels like magic in your head. So you cannot feel magic in the real world. Idea feels magic in the real worlds when you don't have to make an idea. Like when it's already existing. When it's already a paper clip. Alright? When it's already vinegar. You have it around, but you never used it. You know, that's the insane magic that comes from like very, very old stuff that people have been using and buying, and like you have it around, but you never knew how to fucking apply it to your problems. That's some real magic right now. Just like women have been around for hundreds of years, but no one could fucking crack how they work. Magical, and how do these women work? From all these troubles, basically. And potentially there's so many magic tricks you can do. There's life hacks slaying around everywhere. There's magical equipment that you can bring into your home that does something for you. And we're actually gonna discover a lot of that, alright, in the future episodes. But for now, we'll discover technologies and we'll watch some content, like math-related content. There's a lot out there. I want to, simplify. This got 3 million views.
Whoever you are who told me to jump 50 times when I woke up, you're right. For the past 2 days, the moment I wake up, I jump 50 times.
You were right.
And I've had a good day twice. The 2 days that I've done it. And I think that this is the hack to being alive. So
I say no. Grab your phone when you wake up. That would be my hack. Why would I be counterintuitive?
Grab your phone before you go to sleep.
Never go to sleep with your phone. Never wake up with your phone. Blah, blah, blah. Because every time I wake up, it takes time to wake up. Now you can spend that time jumping up and down. Or you can do anything else. But it definitely takes time to wake up, and you cannot do most of the things you want to do, and you cannot force yourself to do things. I mean, we did so many magic tricks with just like 4x4. Improvement matrix. Some things are just built to blow your mind. So number 4 is it. Now, yeah, sometimes you build something and then it starts generating magic. Alright? A magic generator. You need that shit. Even though 4x4 is not something that has been invented by anyone necessarily. I've seen it. I've seen glimpses of it. It has shown its little feet, little toes on TikTok, but it never was like realized to full potential. But you wake up, like, technically, wake up like this. So you wake up from this slumber somewhere around here. Unfortunately, I did not get a good emotion from my sleep. I'm just like fighting with. Yeah, you can look at yourself as a vibration. You go up and down. You go to sleep, you wake up. It's up and down. And at some point, you're going to be so tired that you know you will go to sleep. You know there's no way out. The day is over, basically. My days just kind of fucking blaze through so fast. Every time it hits me that the day is over, I can't believe it. Never can I believe that. It's like, no, I have stuff to do. And it's like, well, you already spent 18 hours. There's nothing to do. It's next day, bitch. Man, it's such an insult every single time. My mom again, because she's noisy and out of control emotionally. At least in my sleep. At some points, I'm just like a person holding back a flood of emotions. The moment I will step off the pressure plate, my mom is going to go back to keeping demons tamed, you know? Because they always untame themselves. They always go fucking nuts and start doing stupid shit. But you can tame the demons. You can slow the down of their terror to themselves. Because you're living a much higher quality life, which, you know, lasts longer. Doesn't put you in risk. Normal, degenerate behavior. And I can't save NPCs. I can only let them die. The way they want to live life, they are given full freedom. Yes, the best way to get rid of people out of your life is to just do that, right? Just let them go, and they will die faster. Because you have to, in order to live longer, it seems, the story goes, you find source of life, you find source of high-level intellect, high-level interactions. You need to find the source of life to live longer. You cannot just hang out with fucking pieces of trash. You might be able to prolong their life because you're the source of life, but you're not gonna get life yourself out of it. So yeah, magic happens when you find source of life, right? That's when magic happens. You live longer. Because you make better decisions in your life, and you're not wasting too much energy as well. That's why I'm glued to my computer, glued to internet. I can only reduce their, or decelerate their rate of death when they're close to me. Which again, and I constantly fucking sniff for that shit of like, I'm so traumatized by all the people dying too fast and making wrong decisions that's the first pivotal conversation that we would have, right? Like, you making this bad, you making this thing bad, you're doing this thing bad. It's just like I keep sniffing out all the bad decisions, or even potentially bad decisions that a person doesn't feel confident in talking about. Magic can happen when you learn how to do. You learn how to do something. You pick something up. So just like with the vinegar, I learned where to apply it for magic to happen in the first place. You can learn how to sleep. You can learn how to fucking sit down correctly. You can learn how to do correctly exercise, right? Magic is all over like self-improvement videos that I've made. I am the magician from now on. Obviously, the best stuff is like where you did not expect it to work. Because that's what makes it magical. Nobody believes it, but it's happening to you. And it's a good thing. Even going viral on social media is actually magic. It's not something people can easily reproduce. They can only dream about it. Magically answers a question, why not go outside? Why not touch grass? Like, none of this is helpful, alright? My deceleration of life happens when I'm on the internet, when I'm close to sources of information, when I'm at least trying to be productive to myself, right? Because even if I'm productive to other people, it means nothing to me. But anyways, you wake up and for most of the time as you're waking up, you can't even do anything. Like, past this line, you can't do shit. You are drowned in just, I've seen a TikTok saying that, spending 12 hours in a workplace is insane. You only do 3 hours of work. Yeah, because 3 hours of work is the only amount of work you're even capable of doing. You can't even do more. I swear to God, you can't do more. Like, actually productive work. It's so exhausting. I personally can do, like, 1 hour. 1 hour plus video, maybe. Alright? That's the only thing I can do. Because truly productive work, like, it's so exhausting so fast, it just drains me to the bone. Even though all I seem to do is just, like, just type in a few fucking lines of code, it drains me, bro. It's a whole operation that has been added to my collection, right, of things. It's a whole new way of fucking doing things in the first place that has been added. And then I also bump into like 3 bugs at the same time that require fucking 10 compilations that take up 1 minute each. Like, it's insane. It's pure insanity if you actually step back and realize how much work it takes to do something fucking small. Small amount of true progress happens one magical moment in your day, and never again. You just sit there fucking being unproductive and staring at social media and fucking playing games. You can't do anything anymore. You've already done your best. That's the funniest thing. Yes, self-improvement is gonna stretch your ability to do more work, but not by that much, okay? Unfortunately, magic is not gonna help you do that, alright? Get that out of your system. Numbness. However, that's what it is. However, magic can help you not to make terrible mistakes, like waking up and not having a waking up routine, because you cannot be productive here. You have to wait half of the fucking day to become productive, to hit that moment of like, yes, I can do it now. I can do it. I literally feel of like, there's a switch moment where, oh my God, I can finally do the thing that I'm supposed to be doing that improves my life. I'm actually waiting for that moment because I genuinely don't have energy, sanity levels, everything has to fucking accumulate for me to even perform and be productive. It's insane. Now, you might be able to debunk this thing, but it looks so clean. It's a fucking vibration, and only when you're in the top can you make life changes, right? And only when you're in the bottom, life changes you. You become in such a sleepy state that life has to change you. You cannot change life anymore. Life changes you. You getting programmed by life. So there's the sleepy state, and then there's the very intense state. You can basically read life based on all these like different stages that you go through, because they're sort of polar opposite as well. It's useful. Logic can deconstruct life. You can't perform as we 100% in some of the things you can't even break into. You cannot force yourself to do most of the things. And even if you do force yourself to do something, it fails to keep going. So you have to be ready to do something. And technically, I mean, some people wake up to take a shower, you know? There's plenty of things to choose from. Drink tea. Who cares? Who cares, guys? But morning routine has to exist in your life. Usually magic happens when something is blatantly missing out of your life and you're not respecting the order of things. First, you have to wake up. Just because you are out of bed doesn't mean you are awake. Just because you're alive doesn't mean you're not dead. Just because you breathe doesn't mean you're not dead inside. And doesn't mean that that's exactly what matters, right? Yeah, luckily I can make YouTube videos at any moment, but it requires a different thing. Alright? It requires wanting really badly, like wanting to take a dump. it still matters what the state of my mind is and how well I can perform. It's gonna give me more views or whatever, right? It matters. It's an additional thing, but generally, this is not a daily thing. Making YouTube videos is actually an accumulation of many, many days. I've accumulated a little bit of crumbs here and there until it all connects, basically into the final performance. No matter where it lands, it's fine. You know, I still have to be awake. That's pretty big criteria, I would say. Still have to be next to my computer. Anyways, we can go back to this graphic that just generated itself. You have to pay attention to things as well, because just magic happens if you pay attention. If you seek synchronicity, or just you're curious to things. So I want to see what this video is about eventually. But this is the thing that really blows my mind, because it potentially answers way too many questions. Like, people are clingy, people are social, they're trying to create these social bubbles, and they can't get out of them because they invested so much, and they're so nostalgic about it. They're so familiar with it. They can't escape Warcraft anymore. You know, the magnet is too strong. For me, it's not strong at all. I don't want to hang out with people in an environment like this. It's a toxic environment for me personally. Unless we're having fun for real, there's no reason to do any of this. But my closest environment is card games. You want to play card games? That's the high IQ thing. It's the highest IQ genre, basically, the way I see it. However, some of the card games are better than others. So even within the high IQ range, you still in a complicated situation. Technically, maybe puzzle games, maybe like warfare games, or like even higher IQ, but now it's just getting intense and graphic. You also want your game to serve a purpose of just calming you down and spending quality time without worries, right? Even a slightly competitive environment is toxic. And I don't know how you build social bubbles in it. I've seen RuneScape, which is the best name ever, right? Telling you to get the fuck out of here. I don't even know how you can read it differently. Yes, it's about runes, and there might be a cape in there, or capitalism, but all I see is just get out of here. This is not a good social environment for anything. Yet it's still popular. What is that? It's just community still exists, alright? If you can find something, valuable community will listen. Very likely not gonna find anything unless you send an army of people to truly scout the area and just kill the community if it's trash, right? Community will die, but only when people truly criticize it for existing. Then people will become insecure of like, yeah, Warcraft is a terrible way to spend my time, right? You have to still confront these people. They're now ghosts. They're wasting their time. They're just running around doing random things and think that's as good as it gets. Like, you have to prove them wrong now. So people are clingy, and often you have to prove yourself wrong that you can do better, right? Why play card games? I can make one. It's not that difficult. It's another thing on top of all the good things card games can give me, right? It's easy to make my own version. But this should also show you something about Bitcoin. It's like people just don't see a better alternative. Bitcoin to them is like the holy grail, right? But the better alternative is something potentially even better and faster, and maybe integrate it into like social media, or RuneScape is potentially even better than Bitcoin. Who knows, right? No one asked these questions. What if is better than Bitcoin? But it's scary because you don't know if the leadership is gonna just hijack all the gold and try and patch the game in a particular way where it cannot be used. the way that you want it to be used. Or the game is just not compatible and it already has reached its potential, right? But I see it differently. You can always apply the same thing in a whole next level, right? A solution can, or a problem can be solved at any moment by anyone. And people are not paying attention to that, unfortunately. Solutions actually take enormous amount of time to establish themselves. No one just like, wow, you solved this thing. No. No one fucking cares. Until you start making money with it, basically. Until you break reality with it. Solution means nothing to people, unfortunately. You can see how mindless they are and they cannot adopt solutions easily. Unless they're just being shoved down their throats. And very convenient, right? If you can go to a grocery store and that there's your solution, then NPCs will pick it up, essentially. Otherwise, it's not really that easy, is it? Is this capitalism? Well, let's find out.
Low sales. Anybody thinking?
Huh. Maybe it happened because Lunchley was criticized and everyone realized that it's not really that cool. That you should just have a fucking sandwich. Because you have full freedom of crafting said sandwich. And how much protein you want to pack in your lunch, you have full control over it. Instead of a fucking box of nothing crackers. Shut up, cracker.
Yeah, well, it's been their activity and a ritual in a box. And of course, they also come with like a little treat. The Canadian ones come with a chocolate. I don't know what the American ones come with. And I also heard that the original box, the packaging design, was designed to look and feel like kids were opening a gift, which both kids and parents loved because it made lunch extra special. Pretty dang smart. You really do have options for basically either a PB
I would
and
say
a tuna sandwich.
100%. You can't just have sandwiches. You have to have bread and the sandwich filling separate. Potentially making it a magic trick when you put it together easily. Because otherwise it's just clunky. And it's annoying at the same time. Having filling spill all over the place. You can't clean it easily. You have to prepare the magic trick just exactly so no problems can occur. And then it's satisfying to have this instead of fucking Lunchables. Yikes. Pre-packaged magic trick. Then you just become truly an NPC that spends way too much money on something that gives you way less protein. That is the downside of not seeking independence, but that's not what this episode is about, technically. But technically, with food is different because food, you always have to make your own food. You cannot rely on highly processed foods like ever. Besides candy. Candy is pretty cheap, actually.
Bologna is a blend of fat sandwiches. They're boring and retro. We're gonna.
Yeah, so, someone literally hacked the society. Someone literally was just like, Lunchables. I swear, it's terrifying. Because it's all about convenience. So, one of the most important magic tricks is focusing on convenience. How do you make it convenient for you? How do you make good things convenient? That's the magic trick. Even peeling off an orange is not convenient. Until it's peeled. Then it's convenient to eat it, potentially. And even then, there's like a lot of gunk attached to it. You have to do extra work, and you don't want to do extra work when there's no trash can nearby. Like, you have to be prepared for everything. This is why children are always gonna prepare, or always gonna prefer foods that are convenient for them. They're not gonna like anything else but that. Like, even candy is the most convenient food, technically. So that's the magic there. You have to turn something that's not convenient into convenient. It's the ultimate magic trick, I swear.
Didn't really know vegetables, aka Kraft Heinz.
I'll say something very interesting to you guys. There's something in the back of your fridge, isn't it? There's something there that lost the battle of convenience and now is rotting away, basically. Never to be used again. There's always something that loses convenience. It's just, I love it. It tells a wonderful story of things that have failed you, basically.
I'm calling them Lunchables, but at this point, all kids being super sad about their normal.
I would actually say that these YouTube videos are also Lunchables. They have cool graphics, they're fully edited, blah blah blah, but they're still not better than mine. Mine is pure bread. Pure, tasty, delicious bread that comes out of the oven every now and then because we have to. We have to improve ourselves, guys.
A loving parent. You're giving your kid this fun little gift in their lunchbox, and at the same time, this product is making lunch easier for you as a parent than ever before. It was the most convenient school lunch of all time. And I feel like we're always talking about convenience on this channel, but it's a very important behavioral science principle, and it impacts your behavior a lot every single day. So I'm going to say this again so this video is at least a little bit educational. Convenient equals attractive to your brain. If something saves us just a few minutes of time, a few units of energy conserved, our brains absolutely love it.
Uh-huh. So that's how you become attractive.
We are cognitively biased towards
Holy
and
shit.
that is how compounds. So not exactly.
I would say can of food is the only way to go. Porridge. Think about porridge. You have never tasted this shit, but damn, is it good. This is the only thing I would let my child eat. Sandwiches would be an emergency. Like, children need to be fucking energetic and stuff. They have to have real food available, and I would just rely on canteens. No? Like, serving them real food? There should be a lunch break, not just like fucking pull out sandwich out of your bag. They shouldn't be even carrying that shit. Convenience should be already baked into the fucking schools themselves. Unless there's a bully that takes your lunch money. Then we need bodyguards in schools. Everything can be made convenient. Convenience is technically the solution to everything. Otherwise we get fake convenience. Yikes.
Exactly food, but food like there are a ton of ingredients in a Lunchable. Particularly this school lunch thing.
But even then you still need like microwave to heat up your food. And that's not convenient. You're not gonna find a microwave laying around. It's just like either school has convenience or does not have convenience baked in. And again, based on convenience, you start making bad decisions. Oh, the third strike! Oh shit!
No, which one has better ingredients?
But does it have less lead?
Alright, we'll start off with the Lunchable.
I feel like there's one more thing to talk about. Okay, hand washing. There's just some habits that are incredibly helpful to deter like bad habits or bad feelings. Like distractions are definitely the most annoying thing, and there's always just this magical trick that you can do to defeat distractions. Obviously, opening a window for fresh air gives you more energy, gives you more lunchly into protein. You know, when you open a window, you get protein. That's how much energy. But this is now a part of my routine, just cleaning hands whenever I feel dirty. Anytime. Because I'm touching things. I want to touch things all the time, and it's fine, right? As long as I clean my hands in the end. What's that vinegar thing, though? Hands, microwave cleaning, sweat, yep, you found it. Softener, well, that's crazy. But it makes sense because it would remove shit like this from the kettles. Of course, it would soften anything that it would remove, like tiny fucking dirt particles or like sandy particles. Deodorant stains, okay, and yellow. Molds, that's crazy. Holy crap. So the lime scale is the thing, right? All over the place, by the way. Alright, cool. Yeah. Rust remover. Of course. Remove super glue. As well as sticker label. Clean an electronic surfaces. Wait. Okay, sure. Sounds like you're in danger of destroying your electronics, but okay. Oh, I always wanted to clean birth baths. Some weird shit. Small weeds. Wow. Yeah, clogged stuff, okay. Degreaser. Damn. That's how you clean your hands. With acid. I want to know in the comments what magic tricks you find. Like, genuinely feel like a trick, not like a common practice. or a common advice. Genuinely just laying around, you picked it up, bam, slam, and it does the magic. I mean, technology is magic in general. It just has to work, has to make your life better. Otherwise, it literally becomes magic. Like, you can access frozen foods, frozen meats, all this good shit, man, that you may never been able to eat. Even potatoes, which happens to be cheap. Having access to things because of technology is a huge deal. It is magic, but it's like big time, life-changing magic. Not exactly the part of this video. My personal magic trick that runs my life is that anything can heal. Your teeth can heal, your eyesight can heal, your back can definitely heal. Anything can heal back to normal. The only thing you have to do is potentially unblock that healing. Or find a magic potion that's magic ingredient that just unblocks it for you. Or a habit, right? Usually those are the most magical things. That you just become healthier because you have a simple habit of how you heal yourself. Cleaning yourself is kind of a process of healing, but there has to be more to it, right? I see brushing teeth as actually damaging your teeth because you are brushing off what can be cleaned with water. You can clean your teeth with water, why would you ever brush it? It makes no sense. Your teeth are not a fucking rough surface that has to be brushed. That's insane to me. You gotta be careful not to pretend that you're healing something by literally attacking it. Most of my cavities open up not because I didn't brush my teeth, but my teeth are attacking each other. They're just crammed into each other. And in fact, I needed exercise and mouth washing to save them from inevitable warfare that they would engage in. Not this. This would do absolutely nothing to my life. Besides making my teeth a little bit stronger, I guess. But sometimes even rejecting other people's behavior is a magic trick. Definitely finding a replacement for Lunchables. You know, people are making bad decisions. They actually don't care about health that much. And even if they do, they might not find the best solution. Ever fixed a shoe before? Yes, glue, but I've actually found a specific thing. I'm like, why can't I just like put up stuff on top and yeah, glue it, whatever, right? And it almost works. I'm not convinced that it truly works, but again, you would be buying new kettles, new shoes, or you might just learn a magic trick of how to patch that tiny bit of a problem that could force you to buy new shoes or even buy new clothes. Or you can just learn that tiny bit of a magic trick. It's your choice. You lose money on this one. You lose points. See, the funny thing is, everything converges into one thing. When you do magic tricks, you save money. That's how you know that you're performing magic tricks. You save money. At this point, world has degenerated so much that walking is a magic trick. Just walk faster. You don't have to fucking... Like, I see the stupidest thing ever, by the way. Scooter, right? I don't know what distance my guy is going, but he has to always pick up the scooter and drag it to, like, the 4th floor. It's like, okay, dude. I guess we just lost all convenience. You literally... Like, we have bikes, right? But we lose... All the convenience just evaporates the moment you have to park the bike. Where you have to put somewhere. Because it's gonna get stolen. And you lose all the money. Magic trick happens onto you. The magical curse of... Magically, bike just evaporates. Never to be seen again. Alright, no one's gonna stop it from getting robbed. Unless maybe some air tags, who knows? Now you have to use some real technology to save your bike. let's not even talk about cars. Even these things can be attacked, so cars are like 10 times worse. However, public transport, where we made a social fucking commitment to make something convenient, that shit works. Bus just works. No, it doesn't, because you have to pay for the ticket. I don't know how you do that. Yeah. Yes, you buy a card for like 20 bucks. Get a card for a month. If you can make it convenient, then you unlock the ultimate way of doing things. I think still scooter in that sense is comparable. Electric scooter, okay? Maybe even not electric. Maybe you don't even have to have electric one. Maybe electric is garbage. Maybe like self-charging electric one, that would be fucking badass. And then you can lock it up basically, and yeah, if someone tries to steal it, bro, electrocute them basically. Fuck yeah. Like, technically, technology is gonna catch up and make itself convenient. But for now, just think about whatever saves you time. Walking can save you time for quite some time. Did I say will save you time, though? Save you money. Still looking for a magic trick for other people of how will you stop renting? Because that seems like the craziest thing I've ever seen. What is this curse upon us? Of just money leeches everywhere. Landlords, leech lords, basically. Death lords. The greatest slavery is where we enslave each other because it's convenient. Wow. We made slavery convenient again. One thing that can never be magic trick for me personally. Pills. Bruh. Don't you ever dare. Nothing that you can turn into a pill is gonna be a magic trick for me. Forget about it. Even if you portray it in the movie to be a fucking body-enhancing pill, shut the fuck up. Not a magic trick. Even if it's psychedelic, not a magic trick. Get out of here. The opposite of this is being normal. That's the magic trick. Alright? There's no magic inside drinking alcohol, smoking cigarettes, and so on. Doing all these weird consumable things. That's not magic. You're just doing stupid shit. You don't know the consequences of this. You probably don't even care. You're trusting someone else. But you are basically being the experiment. Nothing's gonna solve your headache. Nothing's gonna solve anything besides you healing, right? Usually pills just put you to sleep so you can start healing whatever problem you have. Physical, mental problem, just go to sleep, just go heal. That's it. It's the only actual magic trick inside these things. I actually don't know what beer does. I think it just makes you sleepless. That's what makes you drunk, because like drunkenness can be equated with sleeplessness. So maybe you get too much energy. I don't know. Your body sets on fire. I still haven't cracked why is it so bad for you. But just because it's risky, I'm not touching it. I'll find, the magic happens when you drink something tasty that's not alcohol, and you can still feel cool about it. Probably gonna buy some today. Jealous much, right? You jealous now. Magic happens when you just don't need the more expensive thing that would ruin your life anyways. You have a perfectly fine alternative. Thank you guys. And no, Lunchly's not an alternative to Lunchables. Shut the fuck up. See you guys next time.